Welcome, Veritas family. We are here again at our next give and take session, and I am here with Erik McKay. Hey, Erik.
Hey,
Thanks so much for hopping on today. If you guys are joining us live or watching the replay, as always, hop into the comments and tell us where you're watching from. And then we are going to, and tell us also how you might know Erik. So Erik is, he works on our team, but he also is a student. So there's a chance you might have him through classes. Oh, Denny hopped on right away, said right here, Pastor Erik is one of my dearest friends. Denny in Antigua says hello. And then we've got Dave Anderson in Circle Pines, Minnesota. It's right here, right kind of your neck of the woods. Well, I don't know if he's in your neck of the woods, just I know he's in Minnesota, so I assume that's got to be closer than here. Michael Raker here hopped on from Alexandria, Ohio. Welcome, guys. Thanks so much for hopping in. We are gonna jump in right in. Erik, go ahead and share. We like to have everybody share their VBC origin story. So tell us how you came to be a part of VBC family.
for sure. I came to Veritas while searching for an accredited master's program. At the time, my pastor down in Florida, he recommended Veritas and mentioned that there might also be some teaching opportunities once I completed my degree. So I followed through, earning my master's, and have now been teaching at Veritas for over 5 years, taking a few additional roles along the way. Currently, I serve as the undergraduate ministry advisor for that program. I'm also been a part of the inaugural cohort for the D-Min program. So there's three of us
There
that
you
have
go.
kind of
A
gone
nice
through it.
shout out for anybody who's looking to
Yeah,
jump into a D-Min. Erik is in the trenches right now.
yeah,
Very
yes,
good.
ma'am, yes, ma'am. So I've truly enjoyed my experience here, both as a teacher, a student, and then obviously if there's any way I can be a blessing to you, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Yeah, that's great. One thing I'll say about now, tell us a little bit about your background growing up. Did you grow
Yeah.
up in Minnesota?
Yes, I grew up in Minnesota. Pretty much been there my whole life. Went to the same Christian school, K4 through 12th grade. So
Mhm.
that was a blessing to have that stability, Christian home. So really excited about that. And then went off to Bible college afterwards. And then I came back and served for 10 years as the youth pastor at the same church I grew up in. So that was a blessing
Oh,
as
that's
well.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
very, very good. And you met your wife at college, correct?
No, I did not. So
Oh,
I actually was single the first 5 years of marriage ministry, wondering if I'd ever get married, seeing all my friends and all but God really just gave me peace about it. And my wife is from a rival Christian school of ours.
a
And so,
rival Christian
yeah,
school. I
yeah.
see.
And so we
Okay.
got connected. My uncle actually was her basketball coach. And so we got connected through that. So then she has been with me in ministry from then on. So
That's fun. And you guys have two kids.
yes, ma'am. We
Tell
have
us
a
about them.
5-year-old Ezra, and a 3-year-old Elias. They were both born in Florida. We're actually back in Minnesota, so they're getting ready to see their first winter. We unbelievably we had snow here a week or so ago, and my as soon as school was over, my 3-year-old came in and was like had to go see the snow. So looking forward
Oh.
to that with them.
Do you ever get, okay, so having grown up in Minnesota, are the winters, I know it's just par for the course, but do you ever go like, oh my word, this is, I mean, enough
Mhm.
already?
Yeah, sometimes they can get long, and
Yeah.
that's for sure. And so, our spring seasons that for sports, you just never know sometimes if you're even going to have them.
Yeah.
But we do a snow. Our pastor does a snow out day where all the teachers guess what day and then you just never know when the snow is going to be completely gone. So whoever guesses the right day gets a gift card. So it's kind of a little game that we
How
have at our church.
fun. My kids here, so we are in the Fredericksburg area, so it's a little bit outside of DC, and we haven't had a serious snow in a very long time. My kids are very upset because they haven't had a snow day in a long time. So they'll
Right.
get, it might flurry here or there. We might get a little bit, and they do the whole, all the traditions where you put the ice down the toilet and all the things. I guess Minnesotans probably don't have anything near any of that because you just know. Well, let me ask you this.
Hmm. Yeah.
What is the what is the threshold for them actually closing school for snow?
Uh,
Or do they have one?
they do, but it's pretty extreme. It's got to be pretty extreme because
Okay.
they get the roads cleared pretty quickly. Typically we go by cold, and so it's like I can't remember the exact number, but it's like the close to like 40 degrees below wind chill,
Oh
something
my
like that.
goodness.
So otherwise, you go to school. And then it just depends. Really, we go by what the public school district does, and it's pretty rare to get a snow day. That's for sure.
Yeah, I imagine so. I imagine so. It doesn't hit the same as it does here. We get like a half inch and things are shutting down. People are
Mm-hmm.
having accidents, like
Yeah.
it's a big deal.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, well, hey, Dave Anderson, if you're still on, is this the same? Your snow protocol is the same at your schools out there? Would they have a similar situation? My guess is it would be very similar. Everybody's getting snow and we can't close for every time we have snow. So, um, Erik, when I will say I'm thankful that the Lord brought you to our team. I am so thankful for your heart for the students and your heart for ministry. One thing I know about you, you and I both, we love to send cards. And so
Mm-hmm.
you
Yes,
will
ma'am.
be, you're probably the one most frequently, hey, I'm out of cards, I need cards. And I love that so much because I think it really ministers to the students in a way that is, I don't want to say unusual, but probably unexpected, I think, to get a card in the mail that is heartfelt or specific, or I'm praying for you, I want to be an encouragement, I think means a lot. If anybody's watching this and they've gotten a card from Erik, let us know. I just love getting cards out of the blue for unexpected reasons. You'll get your
Mm-hmm.
birthday cards and you'll get your, the holiday cards or something like that. But to get a card from somebody who's listened to a conversation and
Mm-hmm.
remembered that conversation and then remembered to take action on it means so much.
Mm-hmm.
I think it really does.
Right.
So I appreciate that about you, and I appreciate the way that you show appreciation to the students.
Amen. Amen. I enjoy it. I've always felt like whenever you get emails, you get texts, and some of it can be so informal that just sitting down and receiving a handwritten note is something that I enjoy doing, and I enjoy just another way of trying to be an encouragement. So,
Yep, exactly. With so much information to digest, it
mm-hmm.
means a lot when somebody has distilled down to a meaningful action. And I think that's great.
Mm-hmm.
I think that that's something you're
Yes, ma'am.
intentional about, and I think that people can feel it. Dave Anderson says it's pretty similar up in the northern metro, I guess is where he is. Michael Raker says 6 inches here closes our schools. Yep. Yeah, Michael, it doesn't take much for us either. Not even. I can't even remember the last time we got 6 inches, frankly. I mean, it's probably one or two at best that we've gotten. So very good. Okay, well, great. Let's move on. So typically we have our guests give the students a resource or a piece of advice or a tip. What is it that you have for the students today?
Yeah, just two things. One's more of a resource, but one thing that's really been helpful to me in the I didn't really utilize this, and I don't even know if we had the program during my master's, but it's RefWorks, and for my references, it's just been such a blessing. I'd love to walk through that with you if there's someone that wants to know. But basically, I put all my sources, and you can like separate them by class. You can separate them, and for the demon, your each class is working towards your project, and so I'm able to go back. It helps formulate a bibliography page for you, but all of the sources that I've used in this demon program are all in one place, and so it's just been a blessing. You can do Turabian, click, and it like puts the bibliography together for you. And
Yeah.
I know I talked with Mrs. Rill, and it is available to all Veritas students. So it is something that if you're not using, or you may be using something similar, I just think it's a great tool to use
What
as
is
far
it?
as research.
Is it like if I put in refworks.com,
Yep.
or is it a
Yeah. I think I just usually Google RefWorks and it comes up. It's I can check real quick, but I think it's let's see here. RefWorks. Yeah, it's refworks.proquest.com is what it is. So, and then you search for your school. You can use login from your institution, create account there at the bottom, and then it stores everything for you there. So
okay, great.
yeah. And then the other thing I would say is just connect. Obviously in an online environment, I'm thankful for the opportunities that Ms. Sherry's doing these different points to connect, but connect with your other students, but also your your teachers. Like I've just learned so much. I've sought counsel from the teachers that I've had, both being both a student as well as a staff member. It's just a blessing to be on both sides. But we're here for you as a staff, and I'm thankful for the teachers that I've had and just helping walk me through. A lot of people, when I've represented the school, that's one thing I tell them is like, we have such a personable staff. It's been a blessing to me, and you may not always feel that in all online environments, but that's one thing that's been a blessing to me at BBC is how I've been able to connect with the staff. So don't be afraid to reach out. That's what they're there for. They love you all, and they're here for you. So connect with your staff, connect with your other students. The two guys that I have in my cohort right now have really become really good friends of mine. And so I'm really thankful for that. So
yeah, I'm sure you guys are linking arms big time because
yeah,
oh man, you're like in the
we're
trenches
close.
sweating it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're close to being, we're at our project right now. So
Oh, are
now is
you
the time.
really? So when is
Yep.
y'all's
So
projected graduation date?
we'll finish at the end of the summer. So we've got
Oh,
we're in our proposal design class, then our literature review, and then we're presenting our project. So we're
oh
focused
boy.
on all our classes, our main classes are done, and we're just getting ready
Good
to
for you.
yep.
Congratulations. That is
So
a
we're
lot of
close.
work. Yeah.
Yep,
Good, very
still a
good.
lot of work left.
Well, going back to what you were talking about, what I love, I personally enjoy doing these give and take sessions because I'm the common thread, right? Like I have all these guests, but the common thread that I get to, I personally get such a blessing from is that each person that comes on will say something very similar. You know, we love what we do and we love to help the students and we love to connect with our teachers. And please, even Lisette last week was encouraging the students to jump in and connect with other students, connect with their instructor. In an online environment, you do have to be more intentional, but it can be more connect. You can feel more of a connection because it's so intentional.
Absolutely.
You once you make those friendships and you make those bonds, it's very difficult to break them. You really
Right.
do go through a bunch of things together. And I just love even just hearing you talk, about how what we might say at the table when you're repping. 2 weeks ago, maybe a couple weeks ago, Lisa Joyner was at a table. She was at a convention, and she had to reach out to a number of us for different questions. You get at the table and you can't answer them. You don't know. Nobody knows everything. So
Right.
her standard answer is like, I don't know, but I'm gonna check. And so she'll reach out to us. And she gave us a big write up about how thankful she was for the team because in that course of the day, she reached out to like 5 or 6 of us who gave her instantaneous answers, and it was nice to be able to think that we're not the ones that travel, we're not the ones that speak, but we can still be a part, we can still, help and connect to students that way through those people that are traveling. So I
Yeah, absolutely.
appreciate all that you guys do when you travel and you rep for VBC. You convey on our behalf the love that we have for students and the
Right.
love that we have and the privilege that we get to link arms with them and help them fulfill God's calling in their life. Like we talk about this probably regularly, how we are so grateful to have a small part in whatever God is doing in that person's life. And whatever we can do, we're here to help. He's exactly right. So
Amen.
you've got a question or you have anything that you want answered, just reach out to somebody and they'll put you in touch with somebody who can answer your questions. So
Amen.
all right, so our last segment, we like to do our schmores and Eric's, if anybody's watching here, this is a little bit early for me as far as Christmas goes. Eric, what is your typical Christmas celebration? Like when are you setting up your tree and all of that?
Well, I just go with what my wife goes with.
Smart
She's the boss
man, very smart man.
she's the boss when it comes to decorating. If
Yeah,
it and there were times she grew up, they would leave their Christmas tree at their house up for a good portion of the year, and they just decorate it differently for each holiday. So
smart.
she loves as soon as she can. She loves to put up the tree lights. She gets into the Christmas mode very quickly.
That is funny. Good. Well, so I'm sorry, I'm trying to turn off my notifications because I think they're getting a little bit too annoying here. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. There we go. Yeah, you're smart. So I imagine, I think with Minnesota, I think with it being so cold for such a long time, and
Mm,
you just need some things to keep you going. Whatever
right.
it is that keeps you going. If you want to keep your tree up all year long, I probably would
Hmm.
do the same thing. When your days are short and it's so cold
Right.
all the time, whatever little bit gets you there. So anyway, Eric's Schmore, this competition is best Christmas traditions. So I will admit it is a little early for me, but I wanted to do this because we only have a couple more give and takes before the end of the term, if you can believe it. The rest of this semester
It's
has
crazy.
flown by. So I wanted to squeeze this in before we didn't have time to do it. So we'll let the guests go first. I'm going to take notes here, and you can tell us what number one best Christmas tradition is on your list.
Yeah, for sure. So we and now it seems like it starts early and earlier, but we take the time to, and we do this probably several times throughout the holidays, but we go to either Starbucks or one of the coffee shops and get coffee and hot chocolate, and then we go see light displays. We in Minnesota, there's several neighborhoods where that will set up, and we'll get in our car, turn on Christmas music, and we'll drive around looking at different lights. So we do a lot with light displays and hot chocolate or coffee. So that's something we do every year.
And your kids, I'm sure, love doing that. Yeah.
Absolutely, they love it.
So I had that on my list. So I'm going to dig into some of my honorable mentions because I definitely, but I think my favorite thing about the Christmas season is watching Christmas movies. I love
Oh,
a good Christmas movie. I just,
mm-hmm.
I'm not super traditional with a bunch of other things, but when they start coming out, my daughter's birthday is on Saturday. So she was born right about the time they start putting out the Christmas movies. And so whenever
Mm-hmm.
her birthday is, we know that we're going to be whatever the Christmas movie is for that season, we're going to jump into and we're excited about. So I love a good Christmas movie. So that's my number one.
What's your favorite Christmas movie?
Oh, Eric. Uh,
It's a tough one,
it
and then
is
also
a
no.
toughie. And depending on who you talk to,
All
it's so
right.
divisive. It can
Uh-huh.
really, man, I really love some of the funny ones, the kids ones, even some of the new ones on Netflix they've done.
Yeah.
Daniel
Mm-hmm.
Hopkins says, "Hey, what's up, Eric?"
Hey,
Uh,
Daniel.
Yep, yep. So it is divisive. Do you have one off the top of your head that you like?
I,
What's your
I,
favorite?
I'm a big Home Alone fan. That's
Oh,
that's kind of
sure.
we
Classic.
watch those pretty much yearly. So Home
Yep.
Alone is kind of grew up with it, and now I get to have my kids watch it too, so they love it as well.
Yep. The new one on Disney was pretty good too. I was surprised. It was,
Hmm.
you're not sure what to expect with the new ones, especially when you
Right.
love the old ones. You just like don't mess
Hmm.
with it. But it wasn't bad. It was pretty good.
For sure.
Um, okay, what's your number two?
I would say making Christmas cookies. That's our one of our favorite traditions. We do this where we make Christmas cookies, and then when I was younger, we would go out Christmas caroling, and we would drop off the cookies to people that were shut-ins in our church.
Nice.
Now we take them to different people, different families or friends, and so it's a way for us to have a fun time as a family. Our kids get involved; they decorate the sugar cookies with the frosting, and then them getting to deliver them and be a blessing to
Oh, that's
somebody on the
nice.
holiday. So the Christmas cookies, that's a fun time for our family, just both ways to be a blessing, but also to spend some time as a family.
That's fun. That's really good. And that's teaching them a lot, just even beyond themselves. I wish I were more crafty like that. I wish I loved to do that because I
Yeah.
think kids would enjoy it more, but I'm not that person. So I do Christmas cookies, but nothing super fancy. So they'll go to grandma's. Luckily, they have a grandma who will do that for them.
Right. Yeah. There you go.
Okay, so my number two is family Christmas gatherings, and it's for a
Mm-hmm.
lot of reasons. More than well, the obvious reasons is that it's really a lot of times it's the only time you get together. Even though with the hustle and bustle of life, even though your family, my family, a lot live still nearby, you just don't see them. It's
Right.
just so busy. Life just rolls on. So when we get to do these family Christmas gatherings, so I am. Dr. Forrester, who founded the college years and years ago, 40 years ago now. He is my uncle, so we all end up over at his house, and at any given Christmas could be 60, 70 people. Family is pretty large. Then extended family will travel a lot of times, and it's like those It's like on Home Alone when there's the chaotic running through the
Hmm.
airport, just like that
Right.
in the house. Just kids everywhere, stuff everywhere. It can get even really hot, because there's so many
Right.
people there. You have to open the doors and it's 20 degrees out or whatever. So I really do enjoy, and even in my own immediate family, which we'll do a separate Christmas with them. So I have two brothers, and my one brother has 5 kids, and my other brother has 4 kids, and then we have two. So even just with our immediate family, it's still a decent amount of people getting together, and all the
Hmm.
kids are from, I think, like 12 years old down to 4 years old. So lots of
Wow.
chaos just consistently. So it was interesting because I think that was a big surprise when Adam and I met, because his family is large, but they're very quiet. So when he married into my family, not quite, it's a different feel a lot.
Right. For sure. That's
So that
awesome.
was my number two. What is your number three?
Yeah, this one definitely. So I asked my wife about this before I came on here, and this is one that we instituted the first year we got married, but matching family pajamas.
Oh,
So that's
sure. Classic.
one thing that we do, and our kids get a kick out of it. So like we've let them start trying to pick kind of, they're in the superheroes theme.
Fun.
So we've had some different superhero Christmas pajamas.
Yep.
We're down here in Florida. Bucky's is big,
Oh,
so
sure.
we all had Bucky's onesies, and I will never show those pictures, but
We're gonna dig those out for ransom one day, I think.
I know, right? But it's just it's fun. You get the good Christmas picture with your family, but again, just with this holiday being centered around family, it's one, you get to go out. We do a lot of our this is a more of a bonus one, but we do a lot of Christmas shopping on Black Friday, and so that's
Yeah.
when we typically pick out our Christmas pajamas with
Okay,
our
I was
kids.
wondering if you had done it already, but I guess it's coming up, huh?
We have actually done it for this year. We got a little bit ahead of the game,
Nice.
but we typically, that's when we do it. So
Very fun. Oh, I know, that's so fun. And pajamas are so universally loved because you don't have to, it's not like buying clothes for somebody else where you have to go out of the house or it has to be picky, that kind of thing. And you always need them and they're so cozy. I agree. I think they're great gifts. I love doing that.
right.
All right, my number three is decorating the tree, putting up the tree. I don't
Hmm.
do it personally. But again, this probably a lot of these. I just am not the. I probably I'm just not the fussy. It's fine. Whatever it looks like, it's fine. But Adam is the one. He'll get the tree up, and they have to be in specific places, and it has to look balanced and all of that. So the girls, when they're little, you can imagine. You have little kids,
Hmm.
having them help decorate the tree is always very interesting because it's that one branch that's going to get them all of them on the one branch that they can reach. So you got to have to redistribute all of them.
Yep.
But it is such a fun time, and the girls love
Yeah.
it, and the lights, and it's beautiful, and it just represents such a fun time of the year, which we
Absolutely.
so we'll do ours that usually the day after Thanksgiving. So we'll come
That's
home
awesome.
and have plans. And then of course Adam loves music, so we have a specific music
Christmas.
playlist going, and we'll have at any given winter though, it's not super cold here. We'll even have to have
Right.
doors open because it can get warm. Sometimes
Yep.
it's too warm. So
Right.
that's my number three. Um, what is your number four?
So my family, we do this where we get together and we playing games, is kind of where I'd go. So there's a lot of times we'll put a puzzle together, but our big family game is family bingo. So we get these Christmas bingo cards and we get a caller. It's usually my grandma, and she's calling it off. But the twist to it is it's basically like a white elephant gift exchange. And every year we've had this red cardinal that if you get it, it typically it gets passed along and it's there every year. And it started out just being a white elephant gift, and the person that got it had left it in my uncle's house who was hosting Christmas, and he found it a month or so later. And so that's kind of the thing. It becomes this: no one wants the red cardinal, and it gets passed from person to person each Christmas. So
I
that's
love
kind of
that
a
so
fun
much.
tradition.
We have a similar thing. So we don't do the bingo part, but I do want to pick your brain about the bingo part. But we have
Yep.
a parent. I don't know how it started. This is like a lore. This is the legend of our family. I don't really know how it got going, but it is a pair of the onesie pajamas, and it's
Mm-hmm.
red with deer on it. And every somehow or other it kept coming back, and then you have to put it on. If
No,
you
no.
get it, you have to put it on and you have to sign it. So it's got like 15 or
Oh,
20
that's
years
cool.
of signatures all over. So again, I don't know how it started. I don't know how they kept coming
Right.
back, but whoever wins them has to bring them back. And then you have to start being creative about how you package
Hmm.
them, because if it looks like
Absolutely.
it can fit in there, or if it's just the right heaviness, so
Yep.
we start, we'll have to start putting rocks in them. So you make it really heavy, and or you'll try to squeeze it in something that's really tiny so that you just try to throw everyone off. But yeah, that's
Yep.
really funny. So yours is a cardinal. That's fun.
Yes, ma'am. Yep.
So how does the bingo part go? You get the Christmas
So
cards.
yeah, so we each have cards. There's Christmas bingo out there. And my uncles, they definitely, one was like be fa la 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 la, and so they start singing, or there was like Noel, and they'll start singing the Christmas carol. So they get really into it. But yeah, they have their different things that are on the card, like Christmas cookies and
Fun.
usually you get two cards, and first person to call out bingo gets to go pick a gift from the table. So it's a fun thing we do after we eat.
That's so fun. Really cool. Oh, that's really good. So, all right. So I have your, excuse me, your top four. I have Starbucks slash light displays slash music. Then I have Christmas cookies. Then I have matching PJs. Then I have games slash family bingo, white elephant. Okay. And then mine were watching Christmas movies, family gatherings, putting up the tree, and oh, my last one was decorating gingerbread house. So again, this
Oh
is
yes.
not my deal. Like I'm not a super
Hmm.
crafty person, but Adam will do that with the girls. They like to do that, and it can get those kits you can get are really troublesome.
Hmm.
If anybody has
Yep.
any suggestions of really good kits, let us know.
Exactly.
But we'll end up with those Five Below ones, and they're garbage. You
Yep.
can't get them to stay, and the stuff is so hard you can't get them to
Hmm.
do. So it's usually futile, but they enjoy doing it, and it's a lot of fun. So
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, we're not in like the competition realm because it's usually pretty hard to even get anything out,
Right.
things, but they do enjoy it. So,
No, no.
well, that's so much fun. Thanks so much for popping on today. We're about to launch into the holiday season, so I wanted to squeeze this in, and I just want to say I appreciate your taking the time to hop on and challenge the students with your resources and your advice, and just to thank you so much for being a part of our team. I
Mhm.
know we appreciate your love for the ministry and your love for the students, and I know that they can feel that as well. So thanks so much for taking the time. We will catch you guys next week, and I think that next week is our last week for Give and Take for the fall semester. So we'll catch you next week, and reach out if you have any questions. Thanks, guys.